Hello, welcome to Sagittarius season. Can you feel the energy switch from Scorpio? If not, you will soon. Hope you're doing well. This is Cindy with Quantum Kaleidoscope. I'm going to do a Celtic cross for the collective to see what's kind of going on for Sagittarius season. Okay, so we're already in it, and so I don't know the exact date, but I mean, I don't know. I guess we switch into Capricorn around the winter solstice. So, but anyways, what's going on, over the next 4 weeks. Hopefully you've been doing well. We do have an eclipse happening on the 30th. So that's a full moon in Gemini. So there might be some big revelations. There might be some, eclipses bring, events or people into your life quickly or even out of your life. If it's anything like, think back to Gemini season. So think back to, like late May, early June, I guess, and think back to, like what was going on, because you can potentially see some kind of culmination, with this eclipse. Okay, so get excited. There are some new changes, with all endings come new beginnings. So I hope you're doing well. Thank you for everybody who's been liking and subscribing. If you want me to do individual zodiac readings for Sagittarius, feel free to drop a like to let me know. Okay, but anyways, I'll get to it. So hopefully you're doing well. Okay, so what kind of messages can we get for those who are drawn to watch this reading? What's going on for Sagittarius season? What can help them stay in highest vibration and on your truest path? Okay, so 7 of Wands here with the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so I think there's probably been a lot of, slow movement, but really planned and methodical. Okay, you may have been really kind of defending what you want and your beliefs and really thinking about how you're going to move forward, okay, in terms of stability. Okay, I'm not sure how that will play out, but maybe that resonates. Okay, so I'm going to try to get all the cards out. Try to go a little bit, be a little bit more efficient, okay? But under the deck, we have the Hangman. So definitely things about having a new perspective. Things might have been kind of going slow, but we'll see how it's happening, okay? So you in the present situation, maybe at the time that you are watching this reading, okay? We have, I think, is the 8 of Cups, okay? So moving on from something that might have been emotionally fulfilling to you at one point. Okay, the challenge is the High Priestess. So there is something about either like a secret or something about you not following your intuition or, something coming. Okay, what we have, maybe subconsciously, okay, we have is the 2 of Swords. Okay, so it's time to make a decision, okay, or maybe cut something out. Okay, the path that's bringing you here, okay, is the 3 of Swords. Okay, so this is pain, this is heartbreak, disappointment, breakups, separation, so I mean, there probably was some kind of ending, and this right now, it's like you're finally probably in the process of moving on from it emotionally, okay, and cutting out this heartbreak. Like together, the 2 of Swords with the 2 of Swords, the 3 of Swords makes the 5 of Swords. So you're, starting to know what is best for you and putting yourself first and that healthy selfishness. There probably has been some conflict, okay? You may have felt like you were stabbed in the back, or some really harsh words, but right now you're, or throughout the season, you're going to be emotionally distancing yourself and going towards your happiness, going towards your 9 of Cups, your wish fulfillment, okay? And it's like this is about having a perspective switch, and you can be like, like feel like, you know, you're forced to pause. Okay, I know many people in Ontario and Toronto specifically, you know, are in lockdown again. So it's like there might be this universal pause again, you know, and it's like, what kind of changes can you put in place this time, you know, what kind of like new perspectives, you know, when you kind of like turn things on your head, you know. So the Emperor, this is amazing. Okay, so the Emperor is like your conscious mind, like it's on your mind. It can be either about a person, another person, or this is about you stepping into your power, being the king of all the kings. Okay, knowing that this little like Three of Swords, like, I mean, yes, it's painful, okay, like, you know, but I mean, the Emperor doesn't let that little like Three of Swords stop him. He's been through a lot worse, okay, you know, and where you're headed to throughout the month, or, you know, by the end of the month at least, okay, is the Knight of Swords. So things are gonna go faster. Okay, we had the Knight of Pentacles before, right? Like that's kind of like as I was shuffling. Okay, so if things have been kind of slow, especially if you've been really doing the work to heal from this heartbreak, which I think you have been, which is amazing. You've been stepping in your power. You've been walking away from things that like no longer serve you. It's like, yes, it did serve you at one point in time, but it's like no longer part of your evolution. Okay, the Hangman and the Emperor. Okay, these are major arcanas, major, you know, life stages. Okay, it's like this Three of Swords is not going to stick with you for the long run. Okay, and it's like you have evolved and you are stepping into your power. Okay, so it's like now with the Knight of Swords, this is ready. This is like, this is the knight in shining armor kind of thing. Like he's ready to like fight for what he wants. You know, it's kind of like if you had the Knight of Pentacles energy before, where it's like you've been planning it out, you've been thinking really thoroughly, like you've been, you know, like dotting your I's, crossing your T's. Okay, and it's like now you're putting your plans in action. You know, things are gonna go faster. Okay, this can be about communication again, like maybe with, you know, with this Hangman energy. It's like now you have a new perspective about what this was all about, what will make you happy, what will be your wish fulfillment. And it's like, damn it, now I'm gonna get it. Okay, and with the High Priestess as being a challenge, right? Like this can represent somebody else, it can represent like a secret kind of thing, you know, but this is, you know, definitely about following your intuition. You know, following what you're guided to do. You know, sometimes like taking the steps before it even makes sense. But the thing is, I think you know exactly what you want. Or if you don't know yet, you will be having a whole new perspective. Okay? And so you right now, are you in this situation, or over the month, So I don't know if I just grabbed it from the bottom. I think I did. So I'm going to take both. Okay, I'm going to take this one and this one. So I don't know which one it is. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you, okay, we have is the Ace of Wands. Okay. This is the Ace of Wands. This is new inspiration. Okay. This is like after putting down the burdens, you know, it's like you have reached your destination. Okay. The Five of Wands is about conflict, competition, you know, people not being on the same page, you know, lack of direction, for example. Okay, but it's like you are inspired now. Okay, the Emperor, for example, is a boss, you know, like you are inspired to put your plans in action, and these together, okay, the Ace and the Five is success. Six of Wands, that is coming home triumphantly, you know, that's coming home from battle. This is coming home with like, you know, being recognized. Okay, public recognition. Okay, so you are inspired to like end a conflict, you know, move forward. Okay, so your environment right now, okay, or over the month is the Star. Okay. So this can just represent that, like, okay, your environment is providing you with a lot of inspiration this month, okay? Or with the Star, okay, if this is somebody around you, okay, the Star can be an Aquarius, you know, or this is just somebody who is very inspirational, okay? But this is also about, like, you know, maybe you in your environment, you are following that, like, North Star of where it is guiding you, okay? This, okay, the Star does not come out without the Tower. Okay, so there might be some healing needed in your environment. You know, this could be a month of, you know, like healing whatever conflict is there. Okay, like, I mean, the Eight of Cups can just be like not just, but I mean, like, this is anything that was emotional to you at one point in time. Okay, but now it's like, I'm letting that go. I'm moving forward. I want my wish, okay? This is the major arcana wish in terms of the Star, okay? This Eight of Cups is the, like, going after the Nine of Cups, which is the minor arcana, like, wish fulfillment, that personal wish fulfillment. So your environment is going to be, like, really healing. Inspiration is like after something has crumbled, okay? This represents that there was a Tower moment. So it's the Star, okay? There was a Tower moment in the environment, but now your environment is hopeful, you know? So it's like, whatever decision you're making over this month, it's like you are going into calmer kind of waters, like emotionally, you know, and you're going after your wish, you're going to get your wish in your environment. There's something very inspirational in your environment, okay? And your guidance is Nine of Swords, okay? So Nine of Swords is about overthinking, okay? This is about stressful nights. Like, I mean, okay, on the extreme, this is like anxiety, staying up at night, overthinking a situation over and over again, maybe overthinking, you know, whatever pain happened in the recent past kind of thing, right? But on the, like, on the other end of the spectrum, on the lower end kind of thing, it just can be like, you know, like, you may not be stressful. Like, it might not be stressful. You're just overthinking, like, an idea over and over again. Maybe, you know, whatever that might be, whatever your wish is, for example, you know, whatever you're, like, been planning on. You've just been thinking, maybe. Okay. But this is representing, like, okay, like, A, face your fears. You know, like, face the, like, you know, like, follow your intuition, you know, like where the moon is guiding you, okay? Like where the intuition is guiding you with the High Priestess, for example, okay? But this also represents, you know, putting, like, the guidance is just really stop stressing about it, because it sounds like, okay, with the Two of Swords, you know, kind of on the basis to making a decision, you know, hangman, you know, with a new perspective, you showing up as like the emperor, or like an emperor in your mind, like, and you know, you have the power to, like, walk away from whatever, you know, whatever's been bothering you in the past, and make a decision to be what your future is going to be. But it's time to stop thinking. You thought about it enough. You crossed your, you know, T's, dotted your I's. Okay. So I do believe, you know, if you stop thinking about it, like, kind of just jump in, like this Knight of Swords just jumps in without thinking. You might communicate without thinking. Like, you can be harsh, you know, but I mean, like, the thing is, you know, this person is revolutionary. They're inspirational. You know, again, they're the knight in shining armor, that they're like, okay, whatever's, you know, hard, or like whatever is, like, it's like, I'm gonna make it. Like, I mean, again, not all knights make the, you know, the finish line, but, you know, the Knight of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles is like, there's a very good basis and a good thought, and it's like, now it's about putting into action what you want, communicate, and going fast to get what you want, okay? And so the Knight of Swords is that clarity after the Nine of Swords. And so with nines are endings too. So, I mean, if you have been still bothered by the pain, so yes, it is, you know, been hurtful, you know, but it does look like it was in the past, and it is looking like you will have, you know, a different perspective if you're open to it, you know. And if you are, this is like where this is taking you on a grand scale, and the outcome, okay, is what is this? Six of Swords. Okay, which is interesting that I said about, like, you know, moving into calmer waters, you know, because it's generally like a Six of Swords term or like description kind of thing, but Six of Swords wasn't here, right? But I mean, like with the Eight of Cups, you know, that is, you know, going from something that was emotionally fulfilling at one point, and it can be a place, it can be a person, it can be a job, it can be anything that you've been thinking about, right? But you are headed to calmer waters. Okay, there's like a boat here with, you know, multiple people in here, right? And then it's like, you know, if there has been conflict with more, you know, with people or a team or something like that, you know, by you, you know, being balanced in your king energy, like in your emperor energy, in terms of, you know, stabilizing all the elements in terms of, you know, pentacles, swords, you know, etc., right? Okay, but also with the Knight energy, that is like, you know, the emperor's business, you know, and, you know, and structure and being fair and being a boss, okay? But having that Knight energy too, that's like, that like, okay, I'm hyped up, I know what I want, you know, kind of thing. It's that younger, you know, fresher energy, right? Okay, which is needed in order to get things done. And so if you take the steps you need in order to, like, just go for whatever you're thinking about, you know, it's gonna lead you to, like, you know, balance thoughts, you know, like it can lead you to a trip, you know, it can lead you, like, regardless, it's like these sleepless nights and, you know, these overthinking, you know, this pain is not gonna bother you by the end of the month if you, you know, do what your intuition is guiding you to do, okay? Like, your intuition is going to be pretty calm like this, you know, like the water, kind of like serene. It kind of whispers, right? You know, the panic, for example, if you're like, oh, you know, whatever the case is, that can be your mind getting in your way, you know, trying to block what you are being told and, like, guided from above, maybe, okay? That you're guided from above, that you are a boss. So whatever you are thinking about, it's a good plan. And I think it's going to lead you to wish fulfillment. Definitely, like, peace, you know. And we have the Queen of Cups here too. Like, when I wasn't sure which side I took with the wands, right? When showing up for you, right? This was underneath the Queen of Cups. So this can be definitely about, like, tapping into your emotions too. Like, I mean, tapping more into your emotional side can be a way to cancel out the thoughts, like, not cancel it out, but balance it out, right? You know, but this also can represent another person, you know, a loving situation, you know. Okay. Anyways, so what kind of takeaway message can we give those to help them throughout Sagittarius season? Yeah, what's the takeaway message? The Magician. Okay, and I'm going to take these two, whatever they are, too. Six of Pentacles. Ooh, Seven of Swords. Interesting. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So, Magician, this monkey, okay, this represents that you have all the power to create your reality. Okay, this does represent too of like, this is the number one in the major arcana. So you have had some like throughout Sagittarius season, and if it hasn't happened yet, like you have ended like a major cycle in your evolution, right? And now you have the power. Okay, but what we also have here, okay, so Six of Pentacles is about that equal give and take. It's about balancing, like, so we have some sixes here. So there's going to be a lot about balancing your time, balancing your, your money, your energy, your thoughts, This is also the Seven of Swords. Okay, Seven of Swords, at its best can be about strategy, but at its, worst, it's like straight out lies and thief, like that, like, leaving in the night, for example, right? So, I mean, there might be something that you may need to really admit, like, this can be like, lying to yourself, okay, about what is balanced, okay, and about what you want to create. But you gotta be careful, because, I mean, the magician can hide things and manipulate things just as well as, like, they're a master manifester, they're a master manipulator, right? They can, like, bring things out of thin air, right? But with the Seven of Swords energy, that can be tricky, okay? So, I mean, if there's something that, like, there's some kind of truth that needs to come out that will really cause some kind of balance in this, like, equal give and take. Like, maybe it's about, like, I mean, like, an actual theft in terms of, like, maybe this is potentially what had happened, right? Like, in the sense of, someone actually stealing some kind of money, for example, right? But, like, it is something about, like, you might be stealing from yourself, like, okay, like, in the sense of with the Nine of Swords, sleepless nights and all this kind of stuff. It's like you're stealing from yourself. It's just like you're literally taking time away from yourself. Yes, time does and does not exist, but I mean, there are definitely ways that we can direct our energy towards, what we want to manifest in our life, rather than, like, self-deceiving, or which ultimately is like, can be like that self-sabotage. So I do feel like there is going to be this perspective change throughout the Sagittarius season, like, especially if you found out something, like, if that it was representing something you already found that, like, broke your heart, like something like it, like, this can be, giving to multiple people, for example. If this was a relationship, it can be cheating, for example, something that was, but I mean, if this is about, again, you self-deceiving yourself, which I think it is in a sense, with the challenge being the High Priestess. So there might be some kind of secret that needs to come out that will really balance the situation and then bring you into, like, that master manifester, okay, and really step you into this, like, new beginning with the Fool. Okay, so it's like, yes, like, there is a process here where you are stepping into a whole new cycle. Okay, so, like, the Fool jumps in as if they've never, been hurt before. They know that, like, they, like, with the Eight of Cups energy, right? That is, like, walking away, like, no longer emotionally letting it affect you in the same kind of way, right? And the Fool goes with, like, just the bag on the back and, like, just knows that everything is gonna be okay, Anyways, like, I mean, with the Fool and the Magician, like, that is the zero. That is the ending and the beginning, okay? And this is the one. Okay, maybe you're meeting the one. But this is the one in terms of like in again the major arcana. So it's like you are gonna learn, okay, when you start trusting your intuition and what you're being told within yourself, okay? And it might just be to just wait and like have, you know, rest and a break kind of thing so that you can, you know, hear your thoughts. You know, for example, maybe bring in some, you know, meditation, okay? But you will step into this magician. You will start bringing in like major things. I think with like within this eclipse energy, you might like something big is brewing and you are inspired about it, okay? And like there is gonna be some kind of balance, okay? Hopefully that made sense. Like, get excited because like whatever pain you've experienced in the recent past that is influencing you right now, it's not gonna affect you in the same way by the end of the month, you know, or moving towards, you know, Capricorn season, moving towards, you know, the end of the year. Okay, and so you know, with the Emperor, you with the like the Magician, you with the Hangman, okay, you with the Fool. Big, 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 big. So, what have you been thinking about? What have you been overthinking about? And what do you need to just be the fool about? And just take that leap of faith. Okay? Know that you have thought about it. Trust that you know what is right. Okay? So, what do you need to be the fool about so that you can step into your power as a magician and create the reality you want to see in your world? Awesome. I'm excited for you, whoever this resonated. If it did, please drop a like down below. And let me, well, also take it that you want maybe me to focus on some zodiac, specific zodiac readings for this month. If not, anyways, stay tuned. Hope you're doing well. Have an awesome time. Bye.